Hi, my name is Mark. I'm here at East Coast Park Beach and you're watching Scot In The Dot. East Coast Park Beach was built in the 1970s and it was one of the first land reclamation projects undertaken by Singapore. There's been a lot more since then. And it stretches for over 15 kilometres between Changi, which is where the airport is, and Kallang, where the national stadium is. It's a very long, thin beach on a strip of coastline just on the south side of Singapore, southeast side. Right, so why am I making this video and this isn't the part 3 you're looking for? Well, basically, after the second part was released, Triggers, for the Depression 101 series, I had a crisis of confidence about it, which is unusual for me because I'm usually quite a confident chap to the point of being stubborn and almost arrogant about it, which does help. But yeah, I had a bit of a crisis of confidence about it when I last looked, sometime last week. Maybe part 1 and part 2 had about 70 views between them, and I thought, what's the point? What the fuck is the point? Despite messages from the likes of Stephen Farrell, Tiala, who you know I interviewed on, he gave me a message of support on Instagram for part 1, and recent messages on YouTube from Jess Ray 444. I thought, what's the point of doing this? No one's fucking watching it, no one's listening, no one's commenting, no one's caring. What's the point of it? And I felt like that for about a week, actually the past week or so. But then a friend of mine on Facebook, after I'd tried to advertise the Scot In The Dot the Facebook page, because I'd uploaded all the videos onto the Facebook page, I got accused of literally begging for likes. Now, as I explained to this person, who I won't name, I don't want to embarrass them. As I explained to the person, the Facebook pages don't have a subscription option, so if you want to follow someone, you literally have to like their page. So that's what I was doing. I was saying, hey, like my page just now while the first 2 parts are still up before part 3 comes out, kind of thing. I've got to say, that kind of knocked my confidence a little too. It made me think, am I doing the right thing? I don't want to advertise Scot In The Dot on my own personal Facebook. I don't feel it's good enough yet. I don't feel it's at a certain standard where I want to say to all my friends, hey, I've got this YouTube channel, come like it if you want, you know. But that's kind of what I was doing with my own personal Facebook, and one of my friends saw fit that in their mind, obviously, it was warranted to call me out for begging for likes. Yeah, that's not the kind of thing I do. It's not the kind of person I am, or at least I'd like to think I'm not. And if people want to think I'm a hypocrite for that, then so be it. I guess I'm a hypocrite. What can I say? Yeah, I don't want to say any more than that, because I don't mean it in a way to be nasty or anything, because I'm not a nasty person. I can be sarcastic, but I'm not a nasty person. So yeah, it kind of knocked my confidence a bit, even that as well. But then I thought, well, hold on, what am I doing this for? What am I doing the Depression series for? I've got to admit, if I'm doing it for the views, I'm doing it for the wrong reason, because it ain't getting much views, honey. So yeah, I'm not doing it for that. I'm not doing it for the views. I'm certainly not making any fucking money from it anytime soon. That might change in future, I don't know. Who knows what the future holds? I don't. So yeah, I had to kind of rediscover my reasoning for doing it. And one of the reasons I hadn't done any work on part 3, apart from the crisis of confidence thing, is that I wanted to make it good. I wanted to make it a little more light-hearted than the previous 2 segments, because let's face it, talking about depression, it's a bit of a tough subject to do, and it's a fine line between getting it tonally correct, between having it be a bit light-hearted approach, or frankly taking the piss, where people might think I'm taking the piss when I'm not meaning to. So it's difficult to strike that balance. I did try something with part 2, which, on my wife's recommendation, I eventually deleted all scraps of, except for the one little scrap at the end. It was going to be a kind of running joke throughout the video, and it became a bit too much, because it was kind of hammering home the joke a bit, and that was maybe the wrong angle to take. So fair enough, I scrapped it before uploading it to YouTube. But it didn't stop me trying to be a bit more light-hearted. I hope that there's a different mood in part 2 than there is from part 1, because part 1 was frankly fucking horrendous to film. It was all in one take. There was cuts in it, but most of the cuts were for ums and ahs and pauses and stuff, as I was recounting what had went on and tried to make it as honest and truthful as I remember it being. But it was still a fucking difficult video to do. Part 3 shouldn't be a difficult video to do at all once I tweak the script. I'm also filming some B footage for it, some extra scenes to slot in to hopefully emphasise a few points. Maybe like I did with part 2, have some info boxes to kind of show as well certain points, and hopefully I'll make those info boxes a bit more relevant to the point I'm putting info boxes at as well, instead of just putting them randomly in the video to try and keep interest going like I did in part 2. What can I say about life since January? It's not been fantastic, right? Despite the fact I've gotten married to the woman I love, despite the fact we had the reception just last weekend on July 13th. That's great, it's all well and good, but it had become more of, frankly, a pain in our arses to do, and we just wanted to get it out the way and just get on with our lives beyond that, and that's now happened. That's now gotten out the way. It's now in the past. We can get on with lives. I got my LTVP as planned, as I said in my previous update video, on June 12th. So I've had that for over a month now, and I've tried the open jobs market in Singapore, and the open jobs market is frankly laughable. Employers seem to have some kind of fetish for fresh graduates who have degrees, even for jobs you wouldn't imagine degrees are required for. They want degrees for it. So someone of my age, of my education, of my experience is completely invisible in the open jobs market. Now, that's not the be all and end all of trying to find a job. I have other options. One of them in particular is introducing myself to something called the St Andrews Society. I haven't been to the St Andrews Society yet. I will attend, and I hope to meet lots of wonderful people there, and hopefully some opportunities as well. So we'll see how that goes, and I'll give you an update as and when that happens. When part 3 of the Depression 101 series is going to happen, I don't think it's going to be this coming week, but it's probably going to be the next week. As I say, bear with me, allow me to make it a bit better than it should really be, well, usually is. Just me talking to a phone on a stick. Nobody wants to see that. People want it a bit more pepped up. I tried a bit of kind of background music in part 1. That didn't kind of go down too well. That kind of backfired because it was too low in the mix. But never mind. Onwards and upwards and forwards we go. I'll try and do something a bit more similar. Now, because this isn't a D101 video, I feel completely happy and tonally okay to say, if you like what I've been doing in the other videos in the meantime while you're waiting for part 3, please give a like. If you don't like it, give a thumbs down to any of the videos you want to. If you absolutely love what I'm doing, see that wee box in the corner there, the one that says hey, that's supposed to attract your attention, so you subscribe to me, okay? If you love what I'm doing, click that button, click subscribe. If you hate what I'm doing, if you can't stand the fact I'm even sitting on a beach while I'm talking about depression series videos, then make sure you ring a ding dong, that gosh darn bell, and you'll be notified as soon as there's a next video out. As soon as part 3 comes out, you'll get an email notification of that, okay? So until part 3, see you then. Bye.